Everyone, this is Muhammad Uzair, and today is very important lecture related to SAP ABAP, that is SAP ABAP Data Dictionary. This is lecture 2, and today we are diving into one of the most important building blocks of SAP ABAP development, the ABAP Data Dictionary, also known by its transaction code SC11. As we already know that what is transaction code, that we need to access any screen in SAP, that for that we need transaction code specifically for that screen. So if you are new here, in lecture 1 we covered the basics of SAP and ABAP. Today we go one level up into how SAP actually stores and organizes data behind the scenes. By the end of this video, you will understand tables, data elements, domains, structures, views, search helps, and lock objects. I will explain all in simple words. I will try my best and using the screenshot in this video. But don't worry, in the second part of this ABAP dictionary, we will be practicing practically. So, the very important thing, according to this lecture, is the roadmap. How we'll be moving further. Here is what we are covering today in 6 easy parts. We will start right from what is the ABAP dictionary, then move into database tables, then data types with domains and data elements, then structures and table types, then views, and finally search help and lock objects. Don't worry if some of these words sound new, we will explain every single word with a simple, I will try my best, and simple examples and real SAP screenshots step by step. Okay guys, the SAP ABAP dictionary is basically SAP's central library for data definitions actually. Anytime we need to describe what a piece of data looks like, its type, its length, its meaning, we do it here. One time and then reuse it everywhere. So if you are a programmer, you need two types of data types, which are globally and some are locally. So if you are working in a program, you describe the data types that are locally, and something that is out of the program and defined in the system, like in dictionary, this is called the global data type. And what is data type? Data type is the type of data, type of the things, of those things which we are entering into the system. A single thing, even a single piece of that any information, like name, like number, like address, like email, everything has specific type that is called data type. Okay. Um, Anytime we need to describe what a piece of data looks like, so I already defined its type, length, and meaning. And look at this diagram on the right side. The ABAP dictionary sits right in the middle. On one side, you have development tools like ABAP Editor, Data Modeler, and Screen Painter. We will be discussing these points further in detail in the upcoming lectures. On the other side, you have the runtime environment, the ABAP interpreter, dialog control, interfaces, and screen interpreter. So the dictionary is the bridge between how we design data and how the system actually uses it when a program runs. Okay, so if we need to open the ABAP dictionary, we use transaction code SE11 in SAP system. You can also reach it through the menu path tools on the main screen, then ABAP workbench, then development, then SE11. So once you are on the screen, look at the radio buttons on the left side, database tables, views. You can see on the image as well that these are the radio buttons, database tables, view, data type, type group, domain, search help, log objects. Every single topic we cover today is one of these radio buttons. You simply type the object name, choose display, change or create, and you are in. So these are the main points in the database dictionary. And one thing again I will repeat that for now in this lecture we are just going through the this written subject like theory. In the upcoming part of this same database dictionary, we will be covering the practical part. So don't worry about this, that how it will work, how it will looks like. For now, just understand that what is this dictionary and how we can access. Let's move further. Zooming out for a second, here are all the components that live inside the ABAP dictionary. Database tables, data types, domains, views, search helps, type groups, and log objects. Think of the dictionary as the parent and these seven as its children. We are going to walk through each one in a logical order, building from the simplest concept, the table, all the way up to the more advanced ones like log objects. So, what is database table? Let's talk about tables. The most fundamental object in the dictionary, that is table. A table is simply fields that hold the real, physical, and arranged data in rows and columns. If you are a programmer or you have the background related to the programming side or the computer field, you must know the table, its columns, and its rows. If you are not familiar with the computer side, then don't worry about this. We will be covering further in detail. Okay, let's take an example. You see here with the country. Okay, product and sales. Now SAP has three type of tables. Transparent tables, that we have direct one-to-one relationship with the actual database table. The transparent tables are the tables where the actual data related to that table is stored in. And remember that every field in that table is the physical, has the physical existence, has the actual data in that table. That's nothing coming from any other table or like this. That's actually stored in that same table. Same name, same structure. This is what you will see most often. Pool tables bundle of many small tables together. Okay, so what this mean? That we are connecting multiple small tables or large number of small tables in a single table, that is called a pool table, typically for the system or customizing data. And cluster table is a bundle of a few large tables together. Are you getting the difference? The transparent table is one-to-one. The real data related to that table is there in that table. The pool table is constructed using the large number of small tables, and cluster table is constructed using the small number of large tables. Pooled is large number of small tables and cluster is small number of large tables, just opposite to each other. And transparent table is totally different. Okay, moving further. Here is the same three table types but visually. Look at the transparent table diagram. Okay, the DDIC definition and the actual database table have identical fields actually. Field 1, Field 2 and Field 3. It's a direct mirror. In the pool table diagram, in the middle, you can see TABA. Tab A and Tab B are two different pool tables. Tab A and Tab B. These are two different pool tables. But they physically live together inside one table pool in the database. This is one table. These four tables are living in a single table, that is called pool table, along with a couple of other small tables. And for cluster tables at the bottom, you can see multiple related tables are stored together as one cluster, so SAP can read them efficiently in one go. Let's take an example, a real example. Standard SAP tables to make the concrete. Mara stores general material data. Notice its key fields are client and material number. MAKT stores just the material description in different languages, so its key adds a language key field. SPRAS, that is language field. Why split them into two tables instead of one joint table, one big table? Because the material description repeats for every language, but the core material data does not repeat. Splitting them avoid the duplicating data unnecessarily. That's normalization in action. Maybe we know the concept of normalization in computer science. Okay, two more quick concepts before we move on. First, every table is built from three areas: delivery and maintenance, which control the delivery class and who can maintain it; fields, the real columns with their data elements and domains and technical settings. This we will see further, like data class and size category. Second key field, a key field that defines what makes each row unique. Look at the data browser example. Client, language, and country code together. From the key for this table, SAP allows a maximum of 16 key fields. 16 key fields. And they always have to be grouped together right at the top of the table. So remember, the key fields should always be at the top of the table. Okay, now let's talk data types. A data type simply tells the system what kind of value a field can have. For example, a name like Babar Azam uses type C, character, text. An amount 1 lakh rupees uses type currency, and the data uses D or dates for dates. ABAP groups data types into three families actually. ABAP specifically groups this into three parts. Elementary types, which split further into fixed length one like C, N, D, T, P, I, F. These are multiple types: character, numeric, dates, time, tag number, floats numbers shown in this table also. And variable length, ones like string and X string. Second is complex types, structures and table types, which we will cover shortly, and reference types used in ABAP object to point to a class or interface instance that we will be using in the program we will see later. Okay, the next thing is domains. A domain is an object that carries the technical DNA of a field, its data type, its length, and extra rules. Look at the Meitner domain on the left, data type, character, length 18. On domain level, we can also decide things like whether negative signs are allowed, whether lowercase is permitted, and which conversation routine format the output. The best part, one domain like Meitner can be reused by many different data elements. So we don't have to redefine what is a material number over and over again. Okay. So I will differentiate, I will cover one most important question. That's what is the difference between data type and domain? Because domain is also a technical definition of a value. Then what is the difference? The difference is this, that one domain you are assigning to multiple data elements is possible. Data types you can say. If you have created Meitner and same with the Meitner name domain is available, you can assign that domain to Meitner data element. Also that domain can be assigned to any custom data element or any standard other one. It's possible. But one data element cannot hold multiple domains. So you can say that one data element cannot be assigned to multiple domains, but one domain can be assigned to multiple data elements. That's the key difference. Okay, let's cover further data element also. That what is data element, because data types are discussed, so I just use the word of data elements. So what is data element? If a domain is the technical DNA, a data element is the business meaning layered on top, you can say. That's the second difference also. A data element specifies things like the field label, text you see on the screen actually, short, medium or long, and heading versions also. So you can define multiple that description in multiple lengths. It gets its data type either from a domain or directly from a built-in type. You can directly assign any data type to the data element. And just like a domain, one data element can be assigned to fields across many different tables. You can use that data element in many tables. Look at this diagram. Table 1, table 2 and table 3 all use data element 1 or 2. And both of those data elements are ultimately built on the same domain. This is how SAP keeps thousands of tables consistent. This is very important point of SAP. Okay, come to the next point, structure and table types. Two more important complex types are structured groups, several fields under one name. Let me define more. Think of it's a single row held temporarily in memory as a word area or as a work area you can say. Unlike a table, it can't permanently store multiple records. Let me explain further. A table, a database table that we have discussed multiple types of tables. A table always stored a data in it in the database. Structure is same like the table, but the difference is it doesn't store the data. It's just hold the definition of multiple fields in it. It can be the same like table, but it don't have the data. We can use it in adding program or any other object. So structures can be flat, built purely from elementary fields. Also, we can use nested fields, like build using another structure inside it. This can be the type of structure also. Like this customer details example with name and address, branching further into their own substructures, or deep, built using a table type as one of its component. And a table type describes the shape and behavior of an internal table. We will be discussing this work area and internal table term in upcoming lectures. So our ABAP program knows exactly what an internal table built from it will look like using the Mora table type example shown here. So one thing is clear, that what is structure and how it's different from table, and what is table type. Table type is same as like a table that we can use use as an internal table in our program or any other object. Okay, come to the views. A view is a logical table actually. It holds no physical data in it. It just extracts data from one or more tables at runtime only. Remember, at runtime only. When we call the view, it just picks the data from multiple tables of those fields we have used in the view and just show on the screen to the user. Look at the diagram. There are three different tables contributed to select fields, and the view stitches together exactly the column we need. There are four types. Database views uses an inner join and is read-only. Maintenance views is used internally by SAP to maintain data separate across several tables. So we can use maintenance views to maintain data directly into the tables. Help view uses an outer join and can't be executed directly. It should be called when user need help on specific field. It's always embedded inside a search help, which we will cover next time. And projection view exposes just a few fields from one big table, useful as a clean interface. Remember, one big table. That is projection view. Projection, its name is showing, is like a projection of any table. Next and last things, search helps and lock objects. Last two components for today, search helps power that little drop down you get when you press F4 button, F4 key on a field. SAP calls it as input help. An elementary search help give you a single selection tab, which a collective search help combines several elementary ones into multiple tabs. So here we are discussing different types. Search help, we got to know that it's a help that user want on input field. When he is inputting something, he want help that what kind of data he has to put. He can just press F4 or just click on the help button. And there are multiple types of search helps. One is elementary, that give you a single tab, and one is collective search help that can show multiple tabs. Like the material number example shown here with material number and material by old number tab. Then we have lock objects. Whenever two users try to touch the same record at the same time, SAP needs a way to avoid conflicts. That's what a lock object does. Notice the screenshot. It's telling us material 11.4. Okay, look at this. Is locked by another user, developer 1. Behind the scenes, a lock request goes to the NQ server, gets registered in the lock table, and only then does the program access the database. There are four lock modes: exclusive, shared, exclusive but not cumulative, and optimistic, each controlling exactly how strict that data access. All have the different types of strictness, you can say. So this is it. We already covered all points of SAP ABAP Dictionary theoretically. Okay guys, let's recap. A super quick recap. We covered tables, transparent, pooled, and clustered. Data types with their fixed and variable lengths, flavors, domains that carry the technical roles, data elements that add business meaning, structure and table types for reusable data shapes, views and build logical tables, search helps that power F4, and lock objects that keep multi-users access safe. In the next lecture, we will get hands-on and actually build a custom table using SC11T code. If this video is helpful, please hit like, subscribe, and help us to grow. Thank you very much. Bye bye.